I was born in 1925, August 6, 1925. I'm 89. I grew up in West End. West End it was mostly blacks in West End, and it was a quiet little neighborhood. My dad was John MacArthur. My mother was Beatrice Thomas MacArthur. And my dad was from Nacogdoches. My mother was from Birmingham, Alabama. And my dad was a contractor. A contractor, well, I say not a contractor, that would mules and horses, and they would carry loads of different things for people on this wagon with these horses during that time. Didn't too many people have cars during that time. Yes, some families were more, they could afford the cars more than some of the families, and we couldn't afford it right during that time. My mom and dad couldn't. And my mother did housework. Yes, they sure did. It was a lot of racial disasters during that time. Yes, it was like we couldn't, well, it's certain areas like we would get on. It was still going on that during that time, first part of it, when I was younger, on the buses. We didn't know what it was. We would just get on the bus, and we knew then that we should go on to the back, but nobody would tell us. We were just taught that that's what we should do. But it was a lot of prejudice during that time with whites and blacks. It wasn't in many Spanish during that time. It might a few Spanish people did we see. It's whites and blacks. Yes, it's been a lot of difference. It's not near as racial as it used to be. We've come a long way. Yes, I do. Yes, I do think it's a long way to go. But I do think we will overcome all this in a time, this racial stuff. No, I didn't. I sure didn't. I did not think I would ever see a black president, but I was so thrilled and so happy when this did happen. And I just hope that things will continue getting better. No, I don't remember the year. I just remember the ages we were. I was 11 years old. I was 11 and he was 14 when we first met. Yes. Well, it wasn't no feeling since I was so young. But my husband, James, he was in one room and we were in another room, and we had gone there to visit them. And he was in his room, and he said later he told us that he peeped through the door, and he and his brother was back in the bedroom together, and he peeped through the door, and he told his brother, "Oh, I see that lady, that little girl in there, that's going to be my wife." And we never thought that, we never thought that at our ages after he told me that. But he told us that's what he said. And years later he said, "Well, you are my wife. I got you. You are my wife." No, it was 73. Yes. Well, I won't say it was rough, because I was fortunate enough to stay home with my children. I did not work until my youngest was 16 years old. My husband kept a full-time job and a part-time job, and he took care of us. So, being a young mother, of course, a lot of things that I would have liked to go into sometime, I couldn't. I could not go to different things. But as far as being enjoying a married life, we did. And in order to, I'm going to say this, when you might not have a lot of money, but we were taken care of. We never had to go out and ask with those children, with our children. We never had to bother anyone in the family because, like I said, my husband took care of all of that. So we were really blessed. And you have to learn, because nowadays though, I don't think the young people that get married realize what marriage is all about. Oh, love your husband. Trust him. Yeah, trust him and talk to him. It's all right for you to go out sometime. But it's just so much you need to know in marriage. You need to know about a marriage life. The both of us, and you and your husband and wife, in a good marriage, they both have to be concerned about each other. We have 14 children, 9 boys and 5 girls. No, I don't remember. I don't recall. No, we didn't have no. I don't remember any of them doing that. No, I sure don't. Yes, yes, we have. I have 27 grandchildren, 32 great-grandchildren, and 4 great-great. It's truly a blessing. And we all just get along in the family so good. Well, all I'm just saying is I tried to teach. In fact, I thought I taught mine. When you're married, no one else is supposed to come in and tell you how you and your wife should do this, but stay out of their business. Tend to your own business and your family, and whatever going in their household, That's between them. So I try to teach my children that's what you do, and love, just love each other. When you think might get out of hand, we were taught, no, you don't do this, and they understood it, how it's supposed to go. We try to teach them that. Oh, my husband, he was truly a man, and he would help me in what he could do. Although he had that job and had, when he was home, he would help me whatever I needed him to do, and he was just a loving husband and dad. To I just don't know. Mm-mm. We always we knew how to get along with each other. And it was just a wonderful. We were really blessed. I say we were really blessed. Yes, the Lord really blessed us. Yeah, he sure did used to say that. No, we lived on Postal 6100 Clarkson Lane for 63 years. And that house was 63 years. No, before, well, 7 of the children were born before we moved on Clarkson. They were born in West End. Well, George is the oldest, and Brian Keith is the youngest. It was they were really prejudiced. Because when my first 5 children didn't go to school in Spring Branch. That's the neighborhood we lived in, Spring Branch. And but it was, I think it was my 7th, the 8th child started to school, and the first day he went to school, it was so, he was so, I would say afraid, that he walked, I'm going to say about 2 miles back home, or longer. His name was Bertram, because he was afraid. He was the only black, and how they were treating him, how they were talking to him, the children in his class, and what they were calling him names. And so he left, and he walked way back home. He left school and walked. Bertrand was, this is when he was in the 7th grade, the 6th grade. So what age would that be? He was in the 6th grade. Now, when he started in the 1st grade, up to the 6th, they weren't as prejudiced, the younger ones. But when they got up, that's when it was really bad. I would say it was bad because my children were never hurt, but they were always kind of afraid for a while to go to school. They didn't want to mingle with them like that. But they went on to school, all of them finished their high school right there in Spring Branch. The first 5 didn't go to Spring Branch. Houston Independent, Booker T. Washington, and Studewood. You know where that is. Yes.
So I know that James went to TSU. My brother-in-law went to TSU.
Yes.
Not Joyce?
Joyce did.
Did any of the other schools?
Not to TSU. Wait a minute. Cheryl went to. No, Carol went a while. Yeah, Carol did go to TSU. Carol. Well, I think that I'm hoping that some of the young ones will strive to go farther in life than some of the others did and higher up. I'm hoping that. I don't have much of an opinion on that. I just do. I just hope the blacks could go forward on that education. I know it's some trying, and they like to say they don't get much, not getting much help. I don't think they're getting much help, really. But I just hope that something will happen. They could go forward, get more education than some of them are getting now. And they could get more help. Well, yes, there's a lot of differences. They weren't doing, it was prejudice, but they weren't doing as much as this what they're doing now, like killing and hurting people like that. It's worse now than it was back then. Now it is. Back then it wasn't as bad as it is now. That's my thoughts about it. To my idea, President Obama is being treated worse than any president that I can remember. They just, I don't know why. I guess it's because he's a black man. And they're still prejudiced. I know they're not together in the communities like they used to be. So I don't exactly know what to say about that. But I know they're not together. They don't look out for each other like they used to. Well, I sure appreciate it. Hey, Dale, my grandson too. And I appreciate you thinking enough of me to do, think enough of me to do this. Yeah, you speak about the common sense. I was speaking about the common sense. And we used to tell him, and his sisters and brothers used to tease him, Michael, my son Michael, that he never had common sense, but he had book sense. He was smart in books. But he did not have, it seemed like he just didn't have common sense. And we would just tease him about it,